God keeps his promise. He promised Abraham that he would be the father of nations and that he would inherit land. And God has kept those promises. God multiplied Abraham's descendants in Egypt, and he brought them to the promised land through Moses and Joshua. And now for 300 years, God's people lived in the land. During that time, one of the people moved out, married, and died. So there's this widow named Ruth who comes back to Israel, comes back to a place she doesn't belong. And there, a good Jewish man who trusted the promise of a Savior married her, a man named Boaz. And now I want to read you just the very last verses of the book of Ruth, because this is Ruth's story. It says, Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed the father of Jesse. And Jesse the father of David. Now we're going to talk about David tomorrow. But think about this. God took this woman that didn't belong and made her a link to Christmas. She is a part of Jesus' family line. She is part of the promise. So she could look forward and say, yes, one of those descendants will come and rescue me from my sins. Now maybe you feel like you don't belong. Maybe you look around your church and you say, I don't belong here. Maybe you look at churches and you say, I don't belong in any church. Maybe you look at yourself and say, I don't belong with God's people. But God looks at you and says, yes, you do. I have linked you to Christmas. If I could link Ruth to Christmas, I can link you to Christmas. And if you've been baptized, he linked you to Christmas right there. He looked at you and said, you are my child, whom I delight in. You are linked to Christmas. You are linked to that Savior who came to rescue you. So if you ever doubt that you don't belong, look at your baptism. And if you haven't been baptized, please talk to a local pastor. You can message me here, and I'll try to hook you up with someone local if you're not from near where I am, because I want you to have that blessing. You are linked to Christmas. You belong.